Into player ratings. Aston Villa 1, Tottenham 2. I hope you guys have put your player ratings and we'll see where you guys have landed. We're going to start off with Antonin Kinski. 7s all round, 7.5 from you guys. Still not showing up on the screen, but I've got it here in front of me. Yeah, look, Kinski was rarely... I mean, we talking about quiet days for Kinski over the past 3 weeks. This was probably the quietest of the lot. Like, he just didn't have a save to make for the majority of the game. But he brings that calm to the back line. I think his ability on the ball is just something that Spurs have been missing for so long. And his ability to play out from the back, I just think it's phenomenal, man. And it just adds so much to our play.
Yeah, I think the ability he's got to use both feet as well and build up really means that it's a lot harder to press him than it is other keepers. You can't force him onto one foot because he can use both. Oh, my word. He can use both feet. So, yeah, brilliant from Antonin Kinski. And I think his long passes as well. I mean, I can't really judge him on his goalkeeping because he had so little goalkeeping to do in this game. But, yeah, Kinski, his long passes were brilliant as well. Really put the Villa backline under pressure. Yeah, fantastic. It was just a really calm, composed performance. And I'm just delighted for him that since coming back in, it's just gone swimmingly so far.
Yeah. As we're watching, by the way, Nottingham Forest have just taken the lead 2 minutes in.
Unbelievable.
Taiwo Awoniyi.
There you go. What a start for Forest.
That's mad. Cucurella got cooked. Wow.
Header.
Nobody's contesting him in the box either. We all know Chelsea aren't going to do us any favours anyway. All right, next up is Pedro Porro. I gave him a 9. You gave him an 8. You guys have given him a 7.9. I just think this guy, he seemed like he was playing like a man possessed yesterday. He really was. He's had so much aggression in his play, quality on the ball as well. I just thought, like, they just got nothing down that side at all. They just couldn't get past him. And I thought it was the best defensive display I've seen him put him in a Spurs shirt. I think, like, he was that good.
Yeah, considering he's got Rodgers down that side as well, you know, and how good he can be. I think Porro pretty much had him unlocked, and he was always going forward, always supporting Awoniyi as well, always giving an option. But yeah, defensively, he was like a dog with a bone. He just wasn't letting it go. And I thought Rodgers just couldn't handle him, really, on that side. I thought just had it on lock. It was a really great performance from him.
I'm looking at his stats now. 1 out of 1 aerial duel won, 7 out of 7 ground duels won,
wow,
and 6 out of 4 tackles won as well. So he won 100% of his duels yesterday.
Incredible.
Yeah. So that's Pedro Porro. Next up is Kevin Danso. I've given him a 9. You've given him an 8. You guys have given him a 7.2. Again, I thought Danso was phenomenal yesterday. Gave nothing away. Aerial ability was on show for everyone to see, and I thought his passing looked a little bit better, albeit not perfect, obviously, because you know what you're getting with Kevin Danso. But I thought he really stood up for the team yesterday.
Yeah, Tammy Abraham didn't have a kick, did he?
Nothing.
And I think not only that, I think Danso, his bravery to go man for man in the press as well, coming into the opposition half many times and making sure that the Villa player had no time on the ball. Very, very good. I think, obviously, you know, he gets his head on everything. Absolutely fantastic. Just one moment which bad that stood out was, which nearly cost us, is he's got the ball under no pressure, gives the ball away to Rodgers, and then he quickly sets Abraham through on goal. And he needed Van de Ven to do one of his trademark recoveries to bail us out. Otherwise, that could have been a big chance conceded. But other than that, it was pretty faultless. Like, I thought it was fantastic.
Yeah. Next up, by the way, his stats say 4 out of 7 ground duels won and 2 out of 2 aerial duels won. So, yeah, dominant. Next up is Micky van der Ven. I've given him a 9. You've given him a 9. You guys have given him a 7.5. I've said it since De Zerbi's come in with Micky van der Ven. He looks like a new player with a new mentality about him. And he's got the captain's armband on and he's playing like it. He's definitely treating that with respect, because I think his mentality has changed completely. And I think yesterday was another example of it, really taking responsibility on the pitch, Defensively, I thought he was near perfect. And he was able to go on a few marauding runs forward as well. So I thought Micky was a near faultless display yesterday.
Yeah, I thought it was phenomenal. I agree with you. I think there has definitely been a difference when since De Zerbi's come in, he's back to his best. I think he's definitely concentrating again, and he's looking on it. And some of the crunching challenges he's doing, we haven't seen those in a while. And definitely also bailed us out in the moment I was talking about when it looked like Abraham was going to be through on goal, and he was taking no prisoners, Micky van der Ven. And yeah, really, really solid display I felt from him.
Next up is Destiny Udogie, 8 all round for Destiny. You've given him a 7.6. He just adds that balance to the back line or to our team total. Gives us that extra width on the left-hand side where we lack massively when Jed Spence plays. And, you know, he's first game back from injury, played 90 minutes. I thought for sure he was going to go off when Spence was getting ready. But no, he lasted the 90 minutes. And I thought he put in a fantastic display. He really did.
Sancho just didn't have a kick.
Nothing.
Sancho was, I mean, he was horrendous, Sancho, but a lot of it was just down to Doggie's harassing and harrying, and he
so
just couldn't get away
aggressive,
from
man.
him. Yeah. And I think as well, it really helped having him getting down the wing, helping out Tel, and being like another option there, and just allowed Tel that little bit of extra space. And I thought they linked up at times quite well, him and Doggy down the left-hand side as well. So I think mostly defensively it was great, but a really solid showing overall.
Next up is João Palhinha, 9s all round for João. You've given him an 8.9.
Wow.
So a massive, massive score for João Palhinha. That's got to be his best display in a Spurs shirt. He cracked the post as well in the first half with a really good effort from about, 25, 30 yards out. But he just controlled that game yesterday. He really did. So aggressive off the ball, on the ball. He was using the ball so well as well. I thought he worked in tandem so well with Rodrigo Bentancur and Conor Gallagher. Massive part of why Spurs won that midfield battle yesterday. So I can't wax lyrical about João Palhinha enough for his performance yesterday.
Yeah, I really thought he was phenomenal. Like a timely reminder of what he does offer in a Spurs shirt. And a lot of people focus, including me, maybe what he doesn't do, but you sometimes forget what he does do. And what he does do is just an absolute physical monster. And they just couldn't handle João Palhinha and his physicality. Anytime the ball was near him, he was coming out on top every single time. There was that one moment, I think everyone is going around on social media in the second half, where I think Barkley's lining up a shot, and he seems to like slide tackle from about 5 yards away. Somehow still slides on Barkley, wins the ball while on the ground, keeps possession, gets up, and then charges past 2 players and wins a free kick and celebrates like he just scored a goal. The passion, the mentality, absolutely brilliant. And I thought his passing was a lot better yesterday. There was quite a few switches of play, on very accurate, on point, setting up Tottenham on attacks. It wasn't anything too crazy, but, definitely a lot more assured on the ball than we've seen him. And obviously, as you say, cracked the post with an excellent effort from 25 yards as well, which on replay, I think Martinez gets fingertips to. And I think...
Oh, did he get fingertips to that?
He does, yeah. Wow. I think it was a good save. So very close to scoring a cracker as well. It was just a phenomenal display and was really a big part of why we just dominated in the middle yesterday.
I'll tell you what, if we stay up, João Palhinha would have been a massively important factor to it. Obviously, the goal at Wolves, that set us... with the first win for 4 months, and that display yesterday as well. So he's really coming up trumps for Tottenham right now. And Roberto De Zerbi was waxing lyrical about him after the game. I think we're going to end up signing him.
Yeah, we'll see. I think, look, in terms of yesterday, it was a game where the pressure on the ball wasn't as high as it could be. So you have to see him in other circumstances, but he was phenomenal yesterday. There's no two ways about it.
But even so, I agree with you that he definitely's got flaws, but in terms of having him just in the squad, never mind, doesn't have to start every game, but just to have a player like that in the squad, I think...
He's got his uses, 100%.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Next up is Rodrigo Bentancur, 8s all round for us. 8.6 you guys have given him, and he has just been a breath of fresh air since coming back into the team. Calmness, coolness, personified, Rodrigo Bentancur, and I think he's just been phenomenal. His ability to just keep the ball in tight spaces as well in the midfield and just keep things moving, calm under pressure. It's just something that we've been lacking for so long this season, ever since he's got injured. And, everyone said all season pretty much can't play Palhinha and Bentancur together. Well, they both had a phenomenal game yesterday, and look, he went off with an injury, I think, yesterday.
Well, he said he was tired.
Is it just tiredness?
That's what De Zerbi said.
I hope so, because if he's out for the remaining 3 games, we're going to miss him.
Oh, massively. We need him fit. He's just been such a difference maker, hasn't he? Since he's come to the team. I think, as you say, you're just so much more assured when he's on the ball. But I think for me, you're just so much more assured when he's screening the back line. It just doesn't not as many passes get through when he's there. His anticipation and his IQ to intercept those passes when they're trying to go through the middle is so much better than the other players that we have. And look, I know Gray has been great in before De Zerbi came in and earned his place in the team, but it's just such a difference when Bentancur was there. It just makes such a difference, and I thought it was another strong showing yesterday. Yeah,
absolutely. Next up is Kolo Muani. I've given him a 7. You've given him an 8. 7.7 from you guys out there. And yeah, look, he looked like a man that really wanted it yesterday. And I've been giving him a lot of crap over the last couple of weeks in terms of his performances, his work rate, his quality. And I thought, maybe it might have been his best performance in the Spurs shirt in the Premier League, that is, because he was a threat. He was taking on his man on the outside and, just being a complete nuisance to that Villa back line. Nearly had a goal, probably should have had a goal in the first half. But don't take anything away from the performance, because he really, stood up for the team yesterday.
Yeah, absolutely. I thought it was a really strong showing from Kolo Muani. I think the way he was taking on Maatsen and getting past him, breezing past him so often was something we haven't seen from Muani. It seems though a lot of times this season he'll have a couple of goes at his fullback, and if he's not winning the fight, then he'll lose confidence and stop attempting those takedowns. But he just kept doing it, and I actually thought in the middle of the park as well, he was battling for the ball and coming out winning duels as well, which is something maybe we've criticised him. He hasn't been winning enough duels this season and hasn't been too involved in that kind of stuff and shirking his responsibilities. I thought his pressing was phenomenal, working so hard for the team, ran himself to the ground. Obviously, the next stage is maybe a bit more quality when he gets into those positions in behind, but he was finding it in behind quite often. He was making those runs. Oh, God. And, I thought it was good for Muani. So it looks like Forrest's about to get a penalty.
Oh, wow. All right. Next up is Conor Gallagher. 9s all round for Conor. You guys have given him a 9.4 for Conor. He was the man of the match. Looks like he was your man of the match as well. Everything about Conor's display is exactly what we thought we were getting on the back of his, that last 6 months at Chelsea. Using the ball so well. Off the ball was near perfect. The goal as well. What a hit from about 30 yards out. Let's have a look at his stats as well, because I bet you they're strong. Yeah, we were 4 out of 7 ground duels won, 2 out of 3 tackles won, covered so much ground on the pitch as well. He just looked like, that was by far his best performance in the Spurs shirt, by far. If he can put a performance in like that every week, I think the Spurs fans will take to him very well.
Yeah, how many sets of lungs does he have as well? It's incredible, just the amount of running he gets through. I think a lot of people have been critical of, when he first came, he didn't quite look as fit as we expected, and he's been, especially, that goal we could see at Sunderland, he was losing Micky, he wasn't getting close to him and stuff like that. But you have to say, the energy that has definitely been there in the last 3 games. This is what we expect Conor Gallagher to be like. He's been running himself into the ground, and I thought adding more quality as well, getting involved in the combinations in the final third, so much better. But it's just the energy, the pressing, and as De Zerbi said, it's like having an extra man. The amount of running he does, it was incredible. He was haranguing, harassing. They just couldn't handle him. It was fantastic.
Yeah.
Next up, what a goal as well, as we said.
Next up is Mathys Tel. 8's all round for us, 8.1 for you. Again, Mathys Tel was just a constant threat. His crossing was on point as well. He put in a number of good crosses that Spurs didn't take advantage of. Obviously, he got an assist on the day, but yeah, this is what we want to see from Mathys Tel. Someone that can beat a man, someone that can get a good cross in. We haven't had anyone in the forward line that can put in a cross all season. And suddenly he's propped up yesterday, and he was putting a number of them yesterday. So I can't credit Mathys enough for yesterday.
Yeah, and I thought Matt Cash had a really tough time. This is Matt Cash, by the way, who's had a really stellar season for Aston Villa. been one of the top right backs in the league, but a couple of times Matty Tell squared him up and just roasted him down the line, and he was struggling to live with him. His set pieces were good, and obviously he got the assist for Richarlison's goal with an unbelievable cross on his left foot, which Richarlison obviously got at the end of, and that was what preceded what was a brilliant ball to the back post from Awani as well, which he nearly scored from. So much better quality, much better delivery. Still a lot to iron out in his game, but the quality is there. You can see it. You can see the potential in him, and really strong showing and confident display from him.
Yeah, absolutely. Next up is Richarlison. 8s all round for us, 8.5 for you. Got his goal. The relegation, Richarlison is up and running. Nice header that Emi Martinez obviously had absolute no chance with from point blank range. But, he had to be there and he had to be in the right position to score it, and I think he did that. I think he was just full of work rate, full of effort throughout the game. Didn't stop running throughout the game. Look, I want to see a bit more quality from him in that number 9 position, but he gets the goal, 2-0. You can't really complain.
Yeah, ran himself to the ground, didn't he? It was his harassing, which...
There's De Zerbi.
Oh, there he is, in the ground. I think... It was his kind of pressing which led to the throw-in, which we obviously got the first goal from. He actually was in the box as well, which right in the first minute, which we nearly scored from. His shot was deflected, and if he would have found Mawani, that would have been a better kind of option. But he was a constant threat, and obviously brilliant. He always, with Richarlison, puts his body in on the line. He always puts his head in where it hurts, and brilliant to get in ahead of Martinez and defenders to get on the end of that cross as well. Brave to get that header in. Brilliant finish though, brilliant header. And I just thought his work rate was phenomenal. Just non-stop running, ran himself to the ground before he had to be taken off, and fantastic. Just really stood up for the team, I felt.
Next up is Yves Bissouma. So you gave him a 7. I gave him a 6. You guys have given him a 6.4. I don't really remember much that Yves Bissouma did, to be honest. He came on, the game was pretty much done. Gave us maybe a few more legs in midfield, but I can't remember too many moments from Bissouma yesterday.
Yeah, it just helps you out the game, really. Didn't do too much. I thought I gave him a 6, but apparently I gave him a 7. So, fine. He was fine. Yeah, no, not too much to note.
Yeah. Next up, Lucas Bergvall, 6s all round. You guys are giving him a 6.2. Again, pretty much the same as Bissouma. Not really much to know.
Yeah, came on late in the game, didn't he? I think it was like 89th minute or something, wasn't it?
He came on the 90th.
Yeah, so not too much.
Spence, I think Spence was the only real sub that made an impact in the game. He came on at right wing, and I think he gave Villa a pretty torrid time. He cut inside with a nice little run and had a shot. I was sitting actually just a few rows in front of Jed Spence's family, and they were loving life.
Yeah, him on the right wing. Is that a role we're going to see him a bit more between now and the end of the
season? We spoke about it, didn't we?
We did. Is he an option there? And clearly De Zerbi thinks so, because in that second half, it was all just about getting a player with pace running to that space. That's what Spence can do. And look, it wasn't like a perfect performance, but he just came on and just was a threat and did his job, and obviously helped out Porro. So, yeah, it wasn't bad. Maybe it's something we can see in the future a bit more.
Pape Sarr, 6s all round, 6.2. I mean, again, he came in on the 90th minute, so not really much to talk about there. But that is player ratings. Roberto De Zerbi, I'm going to give him a 9. I thought it was phenomenal. The way he's got this team playing now, the aggression that they're showing, the belief that they're showing, the confidence was oozing out of them yesterday. Back-to-back wins now for the first time since the first 2 games of the season. And after not winning for 4 months, you've got to give so much credit for De Zerbi and the way we're playing our football and making us favourites again to stay in the Premier League.
Yeah, phenomenal. And look, there's one thing getting the fight, the passion into the team. I'll give him a 9 as well. There's one thing doing that, but to also, in such a quick space of time, being able to set up the team to get that little bit of De Zerbi ball into this team is incredible. And the way he's got the team beating the press just fluidly with their passing moves and fluidly playing through teams is something I just did not expect to see this season. And the way we had, especially that first half, when Villa attempted to press us, the way it was just passing through them was fantastic. And the way he's got us controlling games, if it wasn't for that last minute goal against Brighton, that would have been 3 wins in a row. I think he's done a phenomenal job. He's got everyone believing, everyone fighting for the cause as well. Just brilliant, absolutely brilliant from Roberto De Zerbi. And clearly, I think the players have fully bought into him, haven't they?
Yeah, absolutely. So that is our player ratings for the 2-1 win at Villa Park. Absolute scenes yesterday.